Okay, so we're going to take a look at 9.1, problem 83, which is a supplementary angle problem. So what we're going to do is first we're going to draw out the problem. So we have a straight line here, and a straight line is 180 degrees. So I'm just going to make a little line here, and that's 180 degrees. Whenever you move in a straight line, it's 180 degrees. Now we have another angle here, and this angle is given by the formula 3x minus 4. Okay, so this is one angle. This angle is given by 3x minus 4. 3x minus 4 is some number. We don't know what it is. And that's angle 1. And angle 2 is just given by x. Well, we know that angle 2, I'll just put a little 2 here for angle 2, and angle 1 add up to 180 degrees. Well, angle 1 plus angle 2 are 180 degrees, so that tells us, well, the measure of angle 1, which is 3x minus 4, plus the measure of angle 2, this is angle 2, which has a value or measure of x. Well, if we add these two angles together, we get 180 degrees. Now, we don't know what x is. We want to find out what x is. Okay? Now, since there's nothing in front of the parentheses, like there's nothing on the other side of the parentheses, we can just remove it. We don't have it to distribute. There's no negative sign, no nothing. So 3x minus 4 plus x is equal to 180. Oops, that should be an x, not a 5. Right. So we have 3x plus x. Well, how many x's do we have here? We have 1x over here and 3x over here. That gives us a total of 4 x's. So we have 4x minus 4 is equal to 180. So this means 4 times the number x minus 4 equals 180. So you can play around, try to see what that number is, or you can solve for it algebraically. And I want to get rid of that negative 4 on the left-hand side so I can add 4 to both sides. As long as I do the same operation to both sides, it doesn't change the truth of the equation. I mean, it won't change the value of x. So we're going to add 4 over here, and we're going to add 4 over here. So then positive 4 and negative 4 is 0, and 180 plus 4 is 184, right? So then the equation becomes 4x plus 0 is equal to 184, right? I can just bring the 4 down. 4 and minus 4 cancel out to give me 0, and 180 plus 4 is 184. So let's go into another sheet of paper. And we have over here, I'll just rewrite it, 4x is equal to 184. So now what we can do is we can just divide both sides by 4, because this means 4 times x, or x plus x plus x plus x, either way. And the opposite of multiplication is division. So we divide like this. As long as if we divide the left-hand side by 4 so we can cancel the 4's, we have to divide the right-hand side by 4. So the 4's cancel out, and x is equal to 184 divided by 4. Well, I'm just dividing 184 by 2 twice. Well, half of 184, half of 100 is 50. Half of 80 is 40. Oh, so this is going to be 92 divided by 2. And 92 divided by 2 is just going to be 46. Half of 90 is 45. Half of 2 is 1. 45 plus 1 is 46. Okay. So that's going to be our value for x, but we're not done. because what we know now is x is the measure of angle 2. So the measure of angle 2 is 46 degrees. Now, since there's supplementary angles, angle 1 is just the supplement of this angle over here. So this angle is just going to be 180 minus this angle, because they're supplements. If you have supplementary angles and they tell you one angle, the other angle is just 180 minus that angle. So 180 minus 40 is 140. 140 minus 6 is 134. So my answers are angle 1 is 134, angle 2 is 46. Alternatively, if you didn't want to do 180 minus 46, you can plug x into this expression over here, or 3 times 46 minus 4 will also give you 134. Okay? Alright, so we're going to do another problem now, and we're going to do 9.2, number 33. And 9.2 number 33 is a transversal problem. So we're going to draw this out first. So 9.2 number 33. So first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to start out by drawing a line like this. And we're going to draw a parallel line to it that looks like this. So I'm just drawing the figure out, so you got to give me a second. And then what we do is we have a transversal that is going to go from here to here. Let me extend this guy a little bit. And we have another transversal I'll extend this a little bit, that is going to go from here to here. So I hope I drew this guy okay. Okay. So this is the figure for number 33. And then we got to label our angles, and this is angle 1. I'll put the angles in blue. This is angle 2. This is angle 7. This is angle 5. This is 40 degrees. Over here, this is angle 6. We want to find the measure of all these angles. This over here is 50 degrees. I'll just put a 50 over here. This is angle 3, this is angle 4, this is angle 8, this is angle 11, this is angle 12, this is angle 9, and this is angle 10. Okay, so first of all, we're going to start filling these in. Let me see if I can fill them in with a different color. So this is to give information. Now, what do we know here? Well, we know that, let's start on this side. So we know that this 40 degrees over here, and we know that angle 6 is also going to be 40 degrees because these two guys are vertical angles. Okay? So this is also going to be 40 degrees. Right? And what else do we know? Well, we know that this over here is going to be 50 degrees because these are also vertical angles. Okay. Now, look over here. What do we know here? We know that, look, this is a straight line. So we know this is a straight line. We know this angle and this angle are supplementary. Right? You see this straight line over here? Right? So this is 50 degrees. This is going to be 180 minus 50 degrees. So this angle here is going to be 130 degrees. Now these two angles, 3 and 8, are vertical again. So this angle over here is also going to be 130 degrees. Okay. Alright, so we're going to continue now. And let's look at this guy for a second. What else can we do? Alright, so I'm gonna flip this guy just a little bit over here. And what we're gonna notice is this we're gonna notice this over here. So we already got this corner completely filled in, which is great. But what we're going to notice over here is we have some more information. I did this on purpose. Now, this line here is hitting, you see this line that goes this way and this way over here? Well, it's parallel to this line over here. These two are parallel. I know this figure is a little complicated, so you got to bear with me for a second. So we know that this angle has to be the same as this angle because they're both hitting each other the exact same way. So this angle right here is also going to be 40 degrees. Right? You can kind of see it. This line is parallel to this line, so they both hit this transversal the exact same way. So those are both 40 degrees. And these two are vertical angles. So this one is also going to be 40 degrees. Right? Now, what do we know about this one and this one? Well, this right here is a straight line. So it's going to be supplemental. So this angle here is going to be 180 minus 40. 180 minus 40 is 140 degrees. Right? And what does that tell us about angle 11? Well, it tells us that angle 11 is also going to be 140 degrees. All right, we're making some headway. Okay, so, all right. Okay, so now it's now what we're gonna look at is we're gonna compare the transversals again. Okay. So we know that this angle is the same as this angle, and we also know that angle 7 plus angle 2 is going to be equal to 140. And we know that also that angle 5 plus angle 1 is also going to be 140. So the question is, how are we going to figure out what those are? Well, let's see. I'm going to adjust the picture a little bit. So we're going to use this transversal now to avoid some algebra. Okay? Or maybe it might be unavoidable. Okay, so what we know is we know that this line over here, now look at, so what makes this problem complicated is they've taken a standard transversal and they've thrown another line in there to make it complicated. So we have these two lines that are parallel, and we have this line going like this over here, right? So this line over here that I'm tracing the marker along is being hit the same way by this line and this line since they're both parallel. So we know this angle over here is going to be the same as this angle over here. So this is 50. So this angle over here is going to be 50 degrees. And these two are vertical, so this angle here is going to be 50 degrees. And the last angle, there's a number of ways we can get it, but what we can do here is we know that 50 and 40, we know that this angle here is going to be 90 degrees. Right, that's a 50 and a 40. And that's going to be supplemental to this angle over here. So this is going to be 90, and this is going to be 90. And that fills in our chart. So hope this helps. And if you have any questions, feel free to let me know, and I'll talk to you later.